Hello friends, hi mommies and daddies. Today we have one sports person in our channel. Her name is Shrestha Shetty. So Shrestha Shetty is a sports person playing sports from a very early age. Today we are going to ask her sports journey. Hi Shrestha,
Hi.
can you please help us with your brief introduction?
Yeah. Hi all, my name is Shrestha Shetty and it also means being good or great. I am studying in grade 10th and I am 14 years old.
Oh, nice. You're just 14 years. That's quite early. So we would first like to know which sports you are in and how do you get attracted towards it?
I play athletics. I'm an athlete, a sprinter. When I was young, I used to watch these videos of races and I used to see the happiness and the joy of the athletes, and I always wanted to experience it. I have achieved a lot of medals. I'm a state and a district medalist now, and I think I've achieved and I'm really attracted to that sport.
Okay, that's really very informative. Can you also please help us to just know the approximately age when you started the sports?
As I mentioned, I started my sports when I was really young. I started participating in my school sports days, and then my parents saw keen interest like towards the sports, and they added me in extracurricular sports in the Dadoji Kondev Stadium, and there I knew that I had to focus and give my all work there.
Yeah, that's so nice. So that means your parents always supported you whenever they saw that you have that extra interest towards the sports. They never stopped you, right?
No, they have always encouraged me and pushed me hard to work out of my limits.
Oh, that's great. So, can you please help us to know if you have been able to achieve any medal till date?
Yeah, as I mentioned, I have achieved, I'm a state and a district medalist, and I've represented Maharashtra in the national AI system.
Oh, that's so nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Also, I would like to know that how do you manage your temperament? Like if you get to lose any match or anything, so how do you manage that sportsmanship in you?
We athletes always work for years, so like it is generic for us to feel sad or disappointed. So I always keep one thing in my mind that no matter what, losing and winning is temporary. It is just the comeback what you give and the competitive spirit you have.
That's a nice thing. Actually, sportsmanship is very important for any sports to play properly. Yeah. So the next question is, do you have any particular kind of sports environment in your home? Like, is there any athlete or some sports history in your home?
It is a plus point to have a sport history, but I don't have sports history or a background. But my parents always are there to guide and support me, whether it be for transport or to maintain my diet.
Oh, so supportive parents you have. So that's the very plus point. And can you also help us to know if your parents have any kind of insecurities when you go out and play? Like if sometimes it gets late also, and if you're playing with the boys, maybe on the opposite team or maybe in the same team. So any kind of insecurity related to your career as well when you are at very tender age, and as you mentioned that you are in 10th standard, so it's also your board year. So, is there any kind of insecurity you have ever seen in your parents?
No, not at all. They have always encouraged me no matter what. They have always pushed me to work my limits.
That's really great. And also as a girl, like sometimes we keep facing this issue कि यार तुम तो लड़की हो, you're a girl, you should manage your skin first, अपना skin देखो या घर की चीजें सीखो, extra time में ये सब कूदना उछलना ये सब बस करो. तो ऐसी कुछ कमेंट्स आपने जनरल कभी घर पे या सोसाइटी में कभी फेस किए हैं?
I think the society has upgraded and are educated now, so I don't think so they give this comment. But obviously there are orthodox people and they do give this comment, but I always ignore it because I know that I have to focus on this and I don't let the comments disturb.
That's really a big sportsmanship, I think, which everyone should have, and especially when you're a girl. So just ignoring the bad and taking the good, that's the best thing to have. Anyways, so our next question is, we will also like to know, how do you create that synchronization between your studies and your sports? Like that is the most critical thing which kids at your age especially face, and especially when it's a board year. So that is an important thing to manage.
Sports always teaches you to how to balance stuff and how to be disciplined. So yeah, it is tough for me to study when I have an event. I do drop down my marks sometimes, but I manage it decently. I make sure that my marks are consistent and it does not affect my sports or my studies. I try to balance it equally.
Oh. So that is how we need to balance our life. If we have passion for anything, so that is the most important thing which I think is needed. That's the balance. Like if we are able to manage the balance between our things which we want and which is mandatory to do, like the studies is obviously the most important part, but also if you have passion for anything and you want to move ahead in life with that, then the balancing is the most important thing, which I think is very important, and you are managing it really great. And so last, I would like to wind up our introduction interview over here. So with this last question, I would like to wind up. Can you please help us to understand the family struggle, the things your parents and your teachers might be putting the extra effort, like especially when you are in the board year. So how your family is managing with everything, and your how like how your parents are especially taking it as a struggle and things.
There's actually a lot of struggle. My parents are always there for me for any competition, even if they have like a lot of work. My father with a hectic schedule, and he's still there to pick me up for my coaching, drop me off. My mom always wakes up at like 4:30 to cook food for me so that I can go for my coaching and have my proper diet food. From like my tuition teachers, they changed the timing so that I could attend the tuitions and I'm able to focus for the classes. And my coach, he has always encouraged me and he's always guided me, and he never lets me go off the track.
That's really very very supportive parents, I would say, because she is coming from the kind of family like we generally have, like the basic traditional family doesn't have any sports person behind her or any kind of a sports environment. But considering the kind of efforts her parents are putting in, and they are never letting her down or just making any kind of comment at any time, and especially like how she explained her father is playing the very important role, and I think your father is also a businessman, right? So yeah, for a businessman, and considering the kind of environment generally people face, and especially maybe he's also listening these comments when he's when he's doing his work, or maybe he's going out, like your daughter is so much into sports, and don't you think you should be making her more focused towards the studies and things. So maybe these are the general comments that society keeps on telling when the parents are just supporting the child. So parents also have a very tough competition when the kid is out of the out of the common league. Like हम लोग कैसा सोचते हैं एज अ पेरेंट कि बच्चे को पहले पढ़ाई ही इम्पोर्टेंट है, एंड ऑब्वियसली हम उनको पढ़ाई में ही फुल फोकस करते हैं. बट जब हमारे पेरेंट्स देखते हैं कि हमें कोई एक्स्ट्रा इंटरेस्ट है और हम उसके लिए हर वो एफर्ट डालना चाहते हैं, तो उस केस में अगर वो पेरेंट्स हमें सपोर्ट करते हैं तो वो एक और एक 11 हो जाता है. तो वही वाला केस है कि लाइक एज अ पेरेंट आई वुड ऑलवेज लाइक यू टू बी वेरी मच अवेयर कि आपके बच्चे का क्या इंटरेस्ट है. जरूरी नहीं है कि सारी मछलियां एक बराबर हो. कोई मछली ऐसी भी हो सकती है जो उस तालाब में नहीं रहना चाहती हो, या फिर उसका कोई और इंटरेस्ट हो. तो वो ही हमें समझना जरूरी है कि जब हम स्कूल में अपने बच्चे को भेजते हैं तो सिर्फ हम ग्रेड्स और मार्क्स के पीछे ना भागें. जैसे कि मैंने अपनी पहले भी एक वीडियो में बोला था, लेट देम फ्लाई, लेट देम डू व्हाट दे वांट टू डू. वी शुड बी मॉनिटरिंग देम, वी शुड बी गाइडिंग देम, बट वी शुड नॉट बी कंट्रोलिंग देम. तो वही मैं आज भी बोलूँगी. जैसे कि हमारे सामने श्रेष्ठा शेट्टी एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल सेट कर रही हैं, कमिंग फ्रॉम अ वेरी नॉर्मल फैमिली, लाइक एक प्रॉपर बिजनेस फैमिली, और एक काइंड ऑफ नॉर्मल एनवायरनमेंट, बट शी इज coming from this environment and going to the extreme of the sports and putting all her efforts, and her mother is waking up at 4:30, and एक sports person की diet भी अलग होती है, which you all must be knowing. and she can better explain if you want. So you can mention that in comment box also if you want to know the sports diet or the kind of routine she has and how she is managing it more. So all that also can be mentioned in the comment box if you want. But yeah, heads off to her parents as a big time supporter, and heads off to her that she is managing everything so well. So yeah, congratulations to you, Shrestha, and thank you for being on our channel, ca.shipra.mittal.matra. Thank you.